So welcome back, YouTube friends, and today I want to tell you about something that Anna and I have been working on for months, literally months. You know, don't you, how much I love wearing my denim apron, and so we asked Martha if she would design a beautiful little logo that we could put on the front part of the aprons. And I think the result is something you're going to really enjoy. So watch this video then and see what you think about the next thing that's going into the Christmas boxes. Okay. Above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Where are you going?
You're going to go down, Agnes, play with your doll's house?
A cup of tea. Do you want a cup of tea? You go and play with the dolls.
You go and play with the dolls in the doll's house.
And I'll do the
all
drawing
lights
for
are on.
Grandma. Because
Okay.
Grandma needs a drawing.
Yeah. So what we've got here then are quite a few little sketches of what we might do, because I had the idea that it would be very nice to have Eileen the goose on my aprons. So if you could, now you're warmed up, Martha.
Well, we draw a lot of geese because Agnes demands drawing.
Don't worry,
Grandma's goose is one
She's
of
got
those.
my little, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so have a wee go.
You've got to start with the beak, it's important.
You start with the beak,
Yeah.
and then the neck.
And then it goes like that and it has that eye. But you've got to make her look kind of fierce. She's quite
You
fierce.
have got to make her look fierce. Oh, you can draw them going in both directions.
Not as well, actually. Not as well.
Not
What's
as well.
that side? Left. Living mostly in this point left.
Mostly, so they're all walking in one direction, like that famous boy band.
Yeah.
So I've had this idea to ask Martha to do this for ages, and we're going to just do a few little sketches here and then see where we go.
You've got to just draw it again and again and again. See
And
which
that's
one's
right,
good.
until we get to the one. Oh, that one's nice.
That
goose.
was better.
That was a nice goose.
All right, goose. Bless you.
It's a nice goose. Lots of geese. I'm glad I've only got one goose and not this many geese.
I don't know. Is one
Bless
the right
you.
number of geese?
No.
One seems to be the wrong number of
One
geese.
is the wrong number of geese. One is the wrong number of anything, really. Because they
Yeah.
all need to have company, don't they?
Yeah, it's true. That's more like a swan.
A swan.
Let's not get John involved. Because these are...
No, if John
these
starts
are
looking at
all
these,
wrong.
he'd be able to give us tips on what they really should look like. So I think I'm just going to let you carry on drawing geese
Yeah.
until we get one that we like enough to put on the apron for the Christmas boxes.
Let's try that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be possibly the one we use there. And then we were thinking as well about putting a bit of Last Homely House on there as well. That's a nice one.
Pecking corn.
Pecking goose.
Yeah, that was we have to draw that a lot. Goose pecking corn.
Oh, okay. So we have hissing goose, chasing goose, swimming goose,
Yeah.
pecking corn goose, sleeping goose. We got a sleeping goose? One of these
How
could be.
does geese? How does
She puts her head under her wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. She puts her head under her wing and settles down. And the thing about her is she never wants to go inside. So if I make her she's got a shed that she could go into. I put straw in it, and even in the snow,
Head
under her wing. That's a head under wing. Even in the snow, she'll sit next to the shed with the straw in it, and the
Really?
door open, and sleep on the snow.
It's pretty hardy.
She's
Well, I
very
suppose,
hardy.
Like geese in the Arctic, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Many
Geese
breeds
and ducks live on frozen lakes. So she's just true to form. That's the goose there. That's the one.
This one.
Oh, no. Give it as much room as around it as possible. That's the one we're going to use. But now we've got goose wallpaper. Yeah.
Finished.
Finished. That's what Agnes says, isn't it?
Yes. All the time.
And also she says it when she's fed up of doing something, isn't she?
Yeah.
Finish. What did she say? She said to me the other day about something. I was doing something I thought she'd really like. Finish.
When she's bored of eating.
Bored of anything.
Yeah.
Finish. So we're going to say finish and
Finished.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Well,
Martha.
let's see.
Let's see how this turns out. I like
out.
that very much.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's going to be something around about that. That one there. Well done, Martha. Always comes up trumps. So I asked Martha to draw that goose picture for me because I had this idea that I wanted to make a denim apron to go into the Christmas boxes this year. Here it is. I'm really, really pleased with it. Here's the goose and the writing underneath. That's Martha's handwriting that says the last homely house there. So let me show you the apron. I'm just starting to do some cooking. I'll tell you about it in a minute. But here it is, the denim apron. It's got nice big deep pockets here. It's got the lovely bit of embroidery on the front. There's a adjustable neck strap, which I really like. Over that goes. But then another thing that I love about it, it's got really, really, really long straps. So they wrap all the way around the back of me, and I'm not a small person, but then they come round to the front and there's more than enough left over to tie in the front. So you could tie it in the back if you wanted to. And if they were really driving you crazy, I guess you could shorten them if you wanted to, but I like them really nice and long. When we were thinking, Anna and I, about getting this apron made, we bought 2 or 3 aprons from different suppliers until we found exactly the right one. And this one was the one that came out on top. And the company embroidered this for us, and big deep pockets. And I'm going to test run it now, and I'm going to make some packing snacks because we're packing these aprons to go into the Christmas boxes, and you'll see that on the packing video how we're doing that. The theme of the boxes this year is green and gold, and I think these look very pretty when they're wrapped in your box. So what I'm making for packing snacks, because we've got John and Anna are helping to do some packing, and we've got another couple of people who come when they have time to come and help us in the shipping room too. So I'm making flapjacks, but I'm making chocolate covered flapjacks. Now they're a terribly simple recipe, really, really easy. Everybody loves flapjacks. I'll leave the recipe in the link below. It's a Mary Berry recipe, but really it's 3 ingredients: oats, sugar and butter. And then I'm also adding some golden syrup just to make them a little bit chewy. And because golden syrup's quite thick, I'm standing it here in this very hot water so that when I need it, it'll pour really easily. So it's not really a cooking video, this one. It's an apron video. I'm really pleased with it. It's all doing what it should do here. I've lined 2 baking sheets here. The only thing I need to do now is put on the oven. Let's do that. And the oven needs to be quite cool. The oven's on about 160 Celsius. But like I say, I'll put all the recipe in the description below. Good old Mary Berry. Let's have a look at this syrup, shall we? It's been in that water for a while now. And it just makes it much, much, much runnier and easier to measure out. Okay, I must have made flapjacks hundreds of times, and I don't weigh out the syrup. It has got a weight in the recipe, but I just pour it in till there's around about enough. That's what I'm going to do now. That'll do. So I've got butter, sugar and syrup in here, and I'm just going to tip in the oats These are just ordinary porridge oats. And just mix it all until they all get covered. You've made flapjacks, you know how to do this. Okay, so that's all beautifully mixed now. At this point, if you wanted to, you could put in dried fruits, dried apricots, cashew nuts, seeds, pumpkin seeds, anything like that that you felt like you wanted to put in to spice it up a bit. I've just had a look to see if I've got anything, and the only apricots I could find were these 3. So I've chopped them up and we'll add them in, and it's just going to be a lucky dip if you get a bit of apricot. You may get it, you may not. But then I'm going to put in a little handful of cashew nuts as well. Just a few, because I like to get a little bit of a nutty crunch when I'm doing my packing. Okay, so I've lined a baking sheet here. I'm just going to pour this in. This makes it easier to get out of the tin when it's cooked. Just needs to go in the oven for about half an hour. I get a spatula. Just get every last bit out. And I'm just going to press it into the tray, by which time the oven will have come up to temperature. So I'll see you back here when I'm putting the chocolate on. It's just melting nicely in here, but I don't need it for ages. These go in the oven for about 30 minutes. And then they'll need to cool down. So it'll be about an hour before I'm putting the chocolate on, I think. Looking good. And then this just kind of happened. It's what happens when you put an apron on. You just keep cooking. I have all the ingredients for Rocky Road. Who doesn't like a little bit of Rocky Road when they're working really hard? So that's in there now. That can go in the fridge. Delicious. Rocky Road. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching that bit of cooking there. I love that apron, nice big pockets. So tomorrow we're going to show you something else that's going in the Christmas boxes. So we'll welcome you back for that video. Thanks for watching. See you then. Bye bye.